Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, May 30th, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 514 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Military weapon system test fails to intercept target. Bennett to announce he's joining opposition to form new Israeli government, oust Netanyahu. Department of Justice asks judge to dismiss lawsuit against Trump for protest crackdown before Bible photo op. These locations named most at risk for 2021 Atlantic hurricane season. Republican 9/11 Commission Chair warns GOP's January 6 rejection sets a bad precedent. Former Utah Jazz player Mark Eaton dies following bicycle crash. Black pro-gun groups from across the U.S. plan to descend on Black Wall Street and march in a peaceful protest. I was kicked out, ousted California principal escorted off campus after graduation speech. Conservationists work to end skyscraper bird collision massacres. Armed with AR-15s, the unification movement expands God's kingdom to a Texas town. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Boris Johnson marries fiancée in secret ceremony, reports, BBC News. American Airlines extends suspension of alcohol services following Southwest flight attendant assault, CNN. NASA's Curiosity rover has captured amazing images of clouds on Mars, The Verge. Google reportedly made it harder to find Android's privacy settings, Engadget. Chelsea's Christian Pulisic first U.S. male to play in Champions League final, ESPN. 117 staffers sue over Houston Hospital's vaccine mandate, say they don't want to be guinea pigs, The Washington Post. Wrong and un-American, Biden blasts Texas Republicans' SB 7 voting bill, The Guardian. Jennifer Aniston responds to Mariah Carey's sad attempt at the Rachel haircut, Yahoo Entertainment. Oregon reports one more COVID-19 related death, 376 new cases, KTVZ. Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat captain and Mary Tyler Moore show star, dies at 90, Variety. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Actor Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat captain, dies at 90. Texas GOP puts final touches on sweeping voting restrictions. Mary J. Blige inducted into Apollo Theater's Walk of Fame. A whole bunch of bears crashed a high school pool party. Yellowstone Rangers investigating a conceived grizzly bear photoshoot. Tia Mowry's 3-year-old daughter was hilariously unimpressed by her birthday song. Guards didn't notice after killer beheaded cellmate, report. Bodies of more than 200 children found at former Indigenous school in Canada. Kamala Harris talks being the first with history-making Naval Academy graduate. Department of Justice asks judge to toss ACLU suit against Trump over Lafayette Square violence. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Fawn rescued from well with help of wildlife refuge. Boy gets caught, killed in roll-up gate. Cities warn app using their names without permission. Airline adds 60 jobs at Lincoln Airport. Police board sues Kansas City. Strong winds toss small airplanes at Texas airport. High school graduates shot 8 times during drive-by. Grounded Air Force Reserve pilot returns to the sky. On cam, Jeep swipes ICE squad car, catches on fire. PD, woman found dismembered, boyfriend sought. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. Chelsea defeats Manchester City for Champions League title. House hunters are leaving the city, and builders cannot keep up. COVID live updates, U.S. travel near pandemic peak for Memorial Day. 2 airlines will postpone serving alcohol amid surge of in-flight violence. Gavin MacLeod, Mary Tyler Moore and Love Boat actor, dies at 90. The 50 Shades of Grey author finishes what she started, and restarted. John Davis, a voice behind Milli Vanilli, dies at 66. Texas Republicans finalize major bill of voting limits. Foster Friess, big donor to Republicans, dies at 81. A Writers One Act plays debut, continuing her resurrection. The following headlines are from the 6th most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Police prep for summer violence with Memorial Day weekend. Pittsburgh Mall turns into panic after shots fired during fight. Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat captain, dies at 90. Watchdog group says Energy Department official may have violated ethics obligations. Biden calls Texas voting bill wrong and un-American. Bipartisan group of senators to travel to Eastern Europe as Biden announces new crackdowns against Belarus. California couple helps parents by hiding $1,000 in baby products at Target stores. Pompeo calls Biden budget proposal smorgasbord of left-wing activities. Virginia woman transforms home into McDonald's shrine. Hero cops draw women's attention after dramatic rescue of Austin man from burning truck. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, May 30th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Champions League final, Christian Pulisic could be the difference for Chelsea against Manchester City, says Micah Richards. UEFA Champions League final, how to watch, coverage plan for Chelsea versus Manchester City. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Chinese weapons scientist at the heart of UK military research. Violent Czech crook stranded in the UK even though he wants to be deported, sues Priti Patel. Mail on Sunday exclusive, Boris Johnson and Carrie Simons wed in secret. Supermodel Anne Violetsina is seeking child support from her ex Adam Cahan after loss of income. Man City fans clash with police in riot gear as crowds of supporters booze outside bars in Porto. Questions over Lord Ashcroft's son's partner. Britain could see hottest day of the year this weekend as temperatures climb to 77 F on Monday. Prince William fears Harry may go too far with his truth bombs. Protesters at shopping center as thousands take to Capitol streets claiming pandemic is a hoax. Jeremy Corbyn's allies are preparing to oust Sir Keir Starmer. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Muslim groups in Austria fear attacks after government publishes map of mosques. In South Korea's healing forest, the pandemic-stressed compete for the ultimate chill. In Belarus's withering crackdowns, even wearing the opposition's colors can bring trouble. Vietnam detects highly contagious new coronavirus variant as infection surge. Iran-backed militias turn to drone attacks, alarming U.S. forces in Iraq. The Libyan war's lethal legacy, booby-trapped teddy bears, toilets and soda cans. UK magnate's daughter-in-law held in Belize police death. More than 200 Aussies found at Indigenous school in Canada. Family of American killed in Kenya wants separate probe. 14 abducted from Nigerian university released after 1 month. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Coronavirus news, UK records another 398 cases and 7 deaths, Italy reports fall in daily fatalities. Miami Heat swept out of playoffs by Bucks 1 year after NBA Finals run. Chelsea win Champions League after Kai Havertz stuns Manchester City. Boris Johnson and Carrie Simons reportedly marry in secret ceremony. Wrong and un-American, Biden blasts Texas Republicans' SB 7 voting bill. New Zealand offer to resettle Australia's offshore refugees still active as US deal nears end. Mark Eaton, NBA shot-blocking king and Utah Jazz legend, dies age 64. Daughter of writer Michael Lewis and Tabitha Soren killed in car crash. Tennessee hat shop in storm over not vaccinated star of David badges. Belarus, U.S. draws up sanctions for ongoing abuses after plane incident. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Man arrested for stealing 192 ventilators meant for COVID-19 patients in El Salvador. 117 employees sue hospital for requiring COVID-19 vaccine. California mass killer had arsenal of guns, ammo at his home. London teenager charged in shooting of BLM activist. U.S. to reimpose sanctions on Belarus after forced landing of Ryanair flight. 215 bodies discovered at former residential school for indigenous children. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Belarus, hundreds join global solidarity protests. Brazil, protesters blame Bolsonaro for COVID crisis. Afghanistan, bus blast kills 3 university staff. Colombia protests, Duque sends military to Cali. North Korea says orphan children volunteering on mines and farms. Ex-bus airline pilot admits lewd act in cockpit mid-flight. Sri Lanka's beaches swamped with burning ship debris. San Jose shooting, guns, petrol and 22,000 rounds of ammunition found. All you need to know about the French Open. Canada mourns as remains of 215 children found at Indigenous school. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Tributes for kids buried at Indigenous school site. Today in history for May 30th. Brazilians protest Bolsonaro's handling of pandemic. U.S. companies can mandate vaccinations, federal agency says. Vietnam says new variant is highly contagious. Today's COVID-19 updates. Afghanistan bombing injured treated in hospital. Friends reunion, was it worth the wait? Over 200 Aussies found at Canada Indigenous school. Bad weather forces cancellation of NY Air show. Indonesia ferry catches fire, passengers jump to sea. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Congressman plans legislation to recognize struggling Native American tribe in Mono Lake Basin. Huge Memorial Day weekend crowds expected at Southern California beaches. Evicted from Echo Park, he wanted to bring a homeless camp to Griffith Park. Things got messy. La Puente councilwoman sues, accusing mayor, city of covering up sexual harassment. Column, I was going to buy an all-electric car but chickened out, here's why. Column, the masks are off and COVID-19 cases have dropped, but food insecurity won't go away with the pandemic. Workplace shootings are all too common in California, the latest one fits a pattern. A viral TikTok video brought chaos to Huntington Beach, officials fear it's just the beginning. Compton could make history by electing its first Latino mayor, marking a milestone for the city and region. Woman sues LA County over injury at Dijon Kizzee protest in South LA. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, May 30th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. U.S. troops charged with guarding nuclear weapons in Europe used popular education websites to create flashcards, exposing their exact locations and top-secret security protocols, according to the investigative site Blinkit. Brazilians staged protests against President Jair Bolsonaro's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic in at least 16 cities across the country, carrying signs such as "Out with Bolsonaro" and "Impeachment now." Bolsonaro's popularity has plummeted during the coronavirus crisis. Residential School Survivor Society calls for action following discovery of children's remains. Tens of thousands of Brazilians march to demand Bolsonaro's impeachment. Brazil. Colombia politician tells protesters hurt by police to stop crying over one eye. Iranian agents linked to terrorist plot in Sweden against dissidents. Backlash as skin-colored stamps priced differently, with lighter tones worth more than darker ones. Grief, sorrow after discovery of 215 bodies, unmarked graves at former BC residential school site. Chinese city locks down neighborhood after virus upsurge. India also suffering from a white fungus infection, more dangerous than the black fungus. Democratic Republic of Congo hit with 61 earthquakes in a day following volcano eruption. Russian hackers target human rights orgs using account of U.S. aid agency. North Korea says children volunteering on mines and farms. Colombia deploys military to Cali as protester death toll mounts. The next headlines are from Forbes. After 5 months, these 25 movies have dominated Netflix the most in 2021. What's at stake in upcoming Vegas, Colorado second round series? This old-school effervescent beverage is the wine world's answer to hard seltzer. Texas lawmakers prepare to pass stringent voting restrictions. Jim Acosta, herd stupidity as far-right wages war against science. Notre Dame baseball follows Link Jarrett's lead back to relevance. BTS's Butter hits 100 million Spotify streams in record time. Detained Saudi princess re-emerges for brief phone call from prison. Gavin MacLeod of The Mary Tyler Show and The Love Boat dies at 90. Most Americans are now vaccinated, but these 10 countries are doing even better. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,708,434,264 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Oslo Review, timely HBO movie tackles landmark Israeli-Palestinian peace talks. Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat captain and Mary Tyler Moore Show star, dies at 90. A costume for Nicholas, Petty top 4th Kirina Awards. Giant Marilyn Monroe statue in Palm Springs draws criticism, have we learned nothing? Box office, A Quiet Place I Promise's biggest pandemic-era debut with over $57 million. Everything coming to Netflix in June 2021. What's coming to Disney Plus in June 2021? The 10 best board games inspired by your favorite shows and movies, Friends, Game of Thrones and more. Friends, the reunion was almost as big as Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max. Lightbox, Sardinia Emlata, Geppetto Films team for animated Alice's Diary exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat captain, dies at 90. Vietnam detects new highly transmissible coronavirus variant. The remains of 215 indigenous children have been found at a former school in Canada. The U.S. has banned seafood from a Chinese company over suspicions of forced labor. Much of Ohio is Trump country, and that complicates things for the GOP. Scientists say these monkeys use an accent to communicate with their foe. Startup helps those affected by gangs and gun violence find a way out. The buffet can stay, what the future of the cruise line industry looks like. Amid growing anti-Asian racism, a call for more research into its health effects. Think inflation is bad now? Let's take a step back to the 1970s. The following headlines are from the week. Christian Pulisic becomes first U.S. soccer player to win Champions League title as Chelsea defeats Manchester City. CNN's Jim Acosta dubs Matt Gaetz, Marjorie Taylor Greene partners in slime. Belarus Lukashenko filmed broing out with Putin on his yacht amid international fury. Report on allegedly Iran-backed drone strikes highlight need for U.S. to leave Iraq, security analyst argues. A new study suggests Trump's 2016 victory may have been a historical inevitability. Economists surprise Trump-era tax break survived Biden budget plan. 5 cartoons about the GOP's Marjorie Taylor Greene embarrassment. Republicans could easily win fair and square, they're choosing Trump instead. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Dunes trapped in a crater on Mars form this interesting pattern. These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, May 30th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin, Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Today in science, this solar eclipse proved Einstein right. Moon swings by Saturn and Jupiter on late May and early June mornings. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Big EU lawsuit against Facebook morphs into 3-year partnership with complainants. Assault on democracy, Biden torches Texas voting bill. SA reports highest travel numbers since pandemic hit. Democrats plot Medicaid expansion backdoor in red states refusing program. Colleges beg Biden to save international student enrollment. White House announces sanctions over Belarus passenger plane interception. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Victoria COVID live updates. Victoria nervously awaits latest numbers, vaccine and testing sites under pressure, 20 new exposure venues identified. No relief, massive waves batter Sydney's coast as high tide rolls in. The Age photos of the week, May 30th, 2021. COVID and monorail nostalgia, be careful what you long for. Camilla Franks, I regret not freezing my eggs when I had the chance. The doctor who wants you to rethink how you view emotional eating. Camilla Franks, I'm proud of my moniker, but my style has evolved. What is EMDR, the bizarre therapy helping Prince Harry heal? The boring factor, and how it will transform our city. The Friends reunion was the very best of America as it used to be, hokey and warm. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The tell, why the bond market might not suffer another taper tantrum when the Fed signals it's ready to move. The tell, investors may be willing to sacrifice returns for ESG, but here's where they haven't had to, says Deutsche Bank. MarketWatch first take, the pandemic PC boom is still happening, but twin dangers loom. Next Avenue, 5 questions to ask your doctor that can help protect yourself and your family. Next Avenue, burnout, depression, denial, how our culture of medicine is killing both doctors and patients. Top 10, Weekend Reads, AMC and GameStop rocket again. Place a bet on Las Vegas and the economic recovery with these gaming stock picks. Weekend sip, watermelon long shots. Anyone, a new flavored vodka hits the market. Robert Powell, why isn't your 401k doing better? The reason may surprise you. Newswatch, life might feel more certain this summer, but betting on a calm stock market still could go wrong. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Ruling upheld against Valve steam controller patent case, rock paper shotgun. Professor Shanku O El Dorado, UK Asian Film Festival, the Reviews Hub. Niti Aayog's position on compulsory licensing fails both Niti and Nyaya, The Wire Science. The next headlines are from Quartz. America has a rich history of innovation by Asian immigrants. How geological research has upended our understanding of historical African farming. Weekend edition, what Rio George Floyd, COVID's true toll in India, opening the Arctic. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, May 23-29. Unofficial Amiibo guidebook will be released with changes to appease Nintendo. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Gavin MacLeod. Mark Eaton. Knicks. Champions League. Vegas Golden Knights. Kominsky method. Clippers. Celtics. Emma Stone. Dove Cameron. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Masterclass from Tuchel, Guardiola got it all wrong, Chelsea boss hailed as Blues beat Man City in Champions League final. Riders get trapped on Texas roller coaster for hours after sudden stop at sharp angle, video. Passengers, crew jump overboard as ferry with 200 aboard gets consumed by inferno off Indonesian island, video. I don't give a FCK, $100 million. Havertz shrugs off price as Chelsea beat Manchester City to give Abramovich Champions League again. Chelsea defender Rudiger accused of dirty tactics in brutal collision which forces De Bruyne out of UCL final in tears too. Texas teacher placed on leave after approving political yearbook cover including Black Lives Matter slogans. Pentagon confirms footage of UFOs swarming around U.S. Navy warships is authentic. Heartbreak for Thiago Silva's glamorous wife Bella. She watches devastated Chelsea defender hobble out of Champions League final. AMC, other movie theater chains remove mask mandates for vaccinated as critics melt down over liars who could break honor system. Boos ring out at Champions League final as Chelsea and Man City players take a knee before kickoff, video. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Missouri man sentenced for a role in largest organic food fraud in American history. Do we really want to return to normal if normal is destroying the planet? China successfully launches cargo rocket with supplies for NIS space station. Where will the next deflationary shock come from? After grade rigging scandal, Baltimore City schools no longer holding back failing students. Brandeis declares yes, all white people are racists. U.S. set for epic labor market experiment, red states versus blue states. The USD is weak, and what that could mean for the rest of 2021. Paralyzed crude tanker blocked strategic strait in Turkey. Dismiss Infaganda. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Biden slams Texas proposed voting curbs as assault on democracy. Chelsea beat Man City to win Champions League. Austrian Muslims to sue government over Islam map. Colombian soldiers deployed in Cali after deadly day of protests. Kidnappers free 14 Nigerian students abducted in Kaduna State. Indigenous people in Canada grapple with unthinkable loss. U.S. faces difficult questions on Egypt ties after Gaza ceasefire. Should the Tokyo Olympics go ahead? Champions League final, Man City vs Chelsea, live. China successfully launches cargo resupply spacecraft. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Baltimore schools pass students with failing grades to avoid punitive approach. Tulsa race massacre commemoration featuring Stacey Abrams cancelled. Illegal alien charged with killing 22-year-old Connor Holcomb in Idaho. 2 illegal alien meets 13 gang members get 40 years in prison for murdering girl in satanic ritual. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt bars agencies from mask and vaccination mandates. Judge delays absentee ballot audit as Fulton County, Georgia requests dismissal of lawsuit. Florida concert will charge $18 for vaccinated, $1,000 for unvaccinated. Ron DeSantis vows to stand against vaccine passports. You don't pass laws and not enforce them against giant corporations. Graphic video, man who sucker-punched 12-year-old dancer gets 7 years. Wisconsin State Assembly Speaker expands investigation into Zuckerberg-funded CTCL. The next headlines are from UPI News. Free diver finds engagement ring at bottom of Britain's largest lake. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Baby elephant rescued after falling into Indian well 30 feet deep. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Goody takes flight at airport as man buys ticket for someone desperate to get home. Young man finally finds his jam at local McDonald's, singing every order at best drive-thru ever. Watch. Judge gave drug dealer a second chance 16 years later. He swore him in as a lawyer. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, May 30th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Gay embarrassing bodies. Dr. Christian Jessen must pay $125,000 to former DUP leader Arlene Foster after he claimed she was having an extramarital affair. How Friends helps people around the world learn English language. Teachers say the show is a near-perfect amalgam of easy-to-understand English and real-life scenarios that feel familiar even to people who live worlds away from the West Village. Former ADL head says he's canceling NIT subscription over front-page blood libel. The May 28 print edition of the Times featured several photos of children in the Gaza Strip who were killed in the recent Israel-Hamas conflict, as well as 2 children in Israel who died. The bidet's revival, invented centuries ago in France, but bidet has never taken off in the States. That might be changing. Canadian politician William Amos caught on camera urinating just weeks after nudity gaffe. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. It's time to make stringent cybersecurity for infrastructure companies mandatory. For just $75, the Nordic Hig Air Chill is the personal air conditioner everybody needs this summer. These wireless Treble Z2 headphones deliver premium sound for under $75. Inside Helsinki's big plans to have the best urban mobility by 2035. Why is other in my iPhone storage taking up so much space and how do I clear it? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, May 30th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Pleasant Grove makes up for lost time with victory over Viewmont for Division C lacrosse championship. 2 die in separate Utah shootings at the start of Memorial Day weekend. Utah Jazz great Mark Eaton dies at age 64. How COVID-19 launched an elite national high school basketball conference, which will include Wasatch Academy. Utah man dies in small plane crash that starts a fire. This iconic Utah spot helped thousands get vaccinated, and soon it will go back to what it does best. Mark Eaton remembered by Utah Jazz big man Eric Favors. Mike Conley talks Memphis memories, being the enemy now. Gordon Munson, Mark Eaton, the world's tallest Good Samaritan, is gone. Hopefully his outlook on life is not. 4 Utahns die of the coronavirus and 192 new cases reported. David Brooks, now is the time to ask ourselves what is really important. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Intelligent NFT created link to a machine learning chatbot. Could zinc batteries replace lithium-ion batteries on the power grid? Now generally available, Microsoft's open-source Java distribution, Microsoft Build of OpenJDK. A new worker-owned cooperative starts competing with Uber and Lyft. Would it even be possible to communicate with an alien? With massive cybersecurity labor shortage, will corporations compete with local governments? Freenode apologizes as prominent open-source projects switch to LibreChat. Free Software Foundation's executive director resigns. Iran bans crypto mining after months of blackouts. Primates changed their accent to avoid conflict. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Jefferson County Sheriff's Office identifies man killed in shootout with authorities. American Airlines extends suspension of alcohol service. Alcohol can contribute to atypical behavior. Motorcyclist dies after falling from I-64 in downtown St. Louis. Missouri Supreme Court lifts COVID directives for judiciary. AMC, Cinemark, and Regal movie theaters drop mask requirements for vaccinated guests. 24-year-old driver of motorcycle killed in crash in Union, No. Major case squad investigating one fatally shot, 3 others injured in North St. Louis County shooting. Jefferson County SWAT officer shot, suspect dead after hours-long shootout with authorities. Holiday weekend first test of new St. Louis downtown safety plan. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. How San Diego plans to honor U.S. heroes this Memorial Day. News Now, police chase driver on and off South Bay Freeway. Nearly 200 San Ysidro businesses have closed due to extended border restrictions. No longer in the realm of conspiracy, filmmaker talks UFOs recorded off San Diego coast. Probe ordered on California death row inmate innocence claim. To won't seek new death sentence against Scott Peterson. Lawmakers ask Biden to reopen Boulder considering COVID-19 vaccination rates. DHS sets up fast-track docket for migrant families in 10 U.S. cities. Council member calls for report on local ghost gun proliferation. Pop-up vaccine clinic at Trolley Station looks to give shots where the people will go. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Spy, has the stock market begun to turn around? StockNews.com. Scared Kim Kardashian West granted temporary restraining order against alleged stalker. Spy, stars flying for NZ's new TV production boom, NZ Herald. Oregon sex offender accused of placing hidden camera in restroom to spy at Peace Health in Vancouver. Alexa has a secret new superpower, transforming into a security camera. Before the Family Man 2, watch these 7 best spy thriller movies on Amazon Prime Video, Disney Plus Hotstar and more. Tackle a new tropical island dictatorship in October with Far Cry 6 The Otaku Study. Best smartwatch for kids 2021, fitness trackers and more popular science. Minnesota neighbor from hell facing stalking charges, couple trying to move away, report. The U.S. says the agency has evaded the latest Russian hacks, NBC4 Washington, Florida News Times. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Russia to arm Mi-28NM helicopter with long-range cruise missile. U.S. Army equips its Abrams tanks with jam-resistant GPS system. U.S. Army could get up to 400 launchers of the new air defense system. Undisclosed customer orders Russian SR-3M ultralight assault rifles. This is the No Views Daily Automated Podcast News. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Drug-sniffing police dogs forced into early retirement as marijuana becomes legalized. American Airlines extends suspension of alcohol service. AMC, Cinemark and Regal movie theaters drop mask requirements for vaccinated guests. Lawyers for Capitol rioters say some plan to blame election misinformation. Rents rising in Bay Area for the first time since pandemic started. Investigation underway, pedestrian struck, killed crossing street in San Jose. SA reports record number of travelers for first time since pandemic. Significant injuries, bear attacks hiker at Yellowstone National Park. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. 84-year-old woman dies in Schaumburg fire Friday night. Softball, Frem planks Palatine on Senior Day. Illinois House passes bill requiring 30 minutes of recess for K-5 students. Former Governor Edgar calls on Pritzker to exert pressure on Arlington Park owner. Analysis, tinkering Guardiola to clever for his own good. Mark Eaton, shot-blocking king and jazz legend, dies at 64. By a whisker, Ovs, Knights brace for tight second-round series. Police investigating stabbing in Arlington Heights. Almost half of Illinois adults fully vaccinated according to federal data. House passes new map after fierce suburban lawmaker debate. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 421. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 7.52 km, in Japan May 29, 2021, 1:02 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. You are hearing the No Views Daily Automated Podcast News. Today is Sunday, May 30th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Defense for some Capitol rioters, election misinformation. 1 killed after plane crash at Pearland Regional Airport, DPS said. Royal ISD student who was killed in crash recognized at grad ceremony. Gavin McLeod, Love Boat captain and Mary Tyler Moore show alum, dies at 90. Does everyone who visits space get to call themselves an astronaut? Strong winds toss small airplanes at Central Texas Airport. As Southern California mom takes toddler to chemo, burglars ransack, vandalize her car. Southwest Airlines delays alcohol service after recent unruly passenger incidents. Officials stress water safety as people prepare for summer fun. Texas lawmakers poised to pass voting bill to restrict voting hours and change election rules. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Buska's header lifts revolution over FC Cincinnati 1-0. U.S. wins fourth straight in World Hockey, beating Norway 2-1. Lamb, Moncada homer, White Sox beat Orioles 7-4 in Game 1. A full plate, Twins don American League Division Series and scores MLB's 2 millionth run. Rookie Larnach homers, Twins hang on to beat Royals 6-5. Cody Bellinger returns to the Dodgers lineup. Patterson helps Cubs pound Red 10-2 for sixth straight win. Chelsea beats City 1-0, wins Champions League for second time. The latest, 2/3 of NY adults have at least one shot. Sweep, Bucks oust Heat 120-103, roll into round 2. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra extra, Disneyland may have finally met its match. Vaccine Scratch Lotto will be offered at several new vaccine sites starting May 31st, Cuomo says. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Humpbacks caught singing in NY waters raise new mysteries about their lifestyles. Plans for homeless shelter on Billionaires Row can move forward after state court rejects lawsuit. In last weeks of heated race for Manhattan District Attorney, cash and major endorsements roll in. Gateway Tunnel project, left in limbo during Trump presidency, gets approved. Here are your Manhattan Henge 2021 dates. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Millets prove tasty solution to climate and food security challenges. No Manals, More Gender Equality in Indonesia, a UN Resident Coordinator blog. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Can you throw a saw blade through a 2x4? Did Andrew the Giant play Bigfoot on TV? Is watermelon Oklahoma's official state vegetable? GOP blocks Capitol riot probe, displaying loyalty to Trump. Did actor Rick Moranis quit acting to raise his children? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Hat shop that sold anti-vax Nazi star patches also posted from Capitol riots. Eddie Bauer's K6 boots are stylish, sturdy, and require no break-in time. Jay-Z reveals he boycotted the Grammys because they dissed DMX. Bill Maher admits the vaccine probably helped him kick COVID. Is Smelly Cat secretly the best cover song of all time? How 2 incredible women declared war on the makers of Agent Orange sprayed all over Vietnam and the US. Men who are worried about a baby bust should try talking to women. Broadway is back, and may finally confront its racism. Luxury hotels on the cheap, pyramids to oneself, what it's like to visit Egypt right now. Who the hell was Jackie Jones and why is a mountain named for him? The next headlines are from the New York Post. Vladimir Putin backs Belarus president who detained opposition activist. DC students eagerly sign fake petition to cancel Memorial Day over American imperialism. Europe's leaders hope for tourism rebirth amid declining COVID cases. Multiple infielder injuries causing fantasy baseball agita. Biden taps former Danish reality star as State Department Chief of Protocol. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Rare superflower blood moon lunar eclipse captured in photos. U.S. braces for extreme temperatures over Memorial Day weekend. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Protesters surround controversial Nashville hat store after offensive start of David post. Florida concert promoter charging non-vaccinated people $9.99 for tickets to a show, $18 for those with shots. Biden slams restrictive Texas Republican voting bill as wrong and un-American. With weed becoming legal more places, pot-sniffing pooches put to pasture. California prison guards reportedly did not notice after Satanist killer beheaded cellmate. Gavin MacLeod of Mary Tyler Moore Show and Love Boat dies at 90. Europe hoping for happy, tourist-filled summer as COVID cases drop. Thousands of masked music fans gather at Paris Stadium for massive test concert. Napalm's hot dog eating contest returns live to Coney Island for annual 4th of July showdown. We want them to thrive. NYC mayoral candidate Eric Adams pushes recovery plan for New York City Housing Authority residents. The following headlines are from military.com. Is it respectful to celebrate Memorial Day? As Russia tensions simmer, NATO conducts massive war games. Search for survivors of overturned Cuban boat near Key West continues. Sri Lanka facing marine disaster from burning ship, official. Iwo Jima Memorial was buried for years at Camp Slow. Here's how it was found and restored. LGBTQ and indigenous focus groups hope to influence Air Force policy. From Potter's Field to National Cemetery, a Medal of Honor recipient is laid to rest. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. With Madigan gone, Democrats roll Republicans in Springfield to keep control, reward allies. Man dead, at least 4 wounded so far during Memorial Day holiday weekend, police say. Chicago-based TikTok influencer promotes COVID-19 vaccine to his peers. I want to party. 5 people, including Dreadhead Cowboy, arrested after causing disturbance and disrupting traffic on Dan Ryan Expressway, police say. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code, search for your neighborhood. Where the coronavirus data stands in the U.S. and world, vaccinations, cases and deaths. Illinois Bridge Phase Metrics, daily updates on trends in coronavirus cases, deaths, hospitalizations and vaccinations, and progress toward full reopening. Illinois COVID-19 Vaccine Tracker, 30,386 additional people fully vaccinated for a total of 5,238,796, 41.12% of the state's population including 75.38% of those over 65, 54,773 doses administered yesterday. Daily Illinois coronavirus graphs, 37 new deaths, 802 new confirmed and probable cases and 61,125 new test results. The statewide positivity rate for cases is 1.8%. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 54,773 vaccine doses administered, 802 new cases and 37 deaths reported Saturday. The following headlines are from FIS.org. China launches cargo rocket with supplies for space station. Nearly 400,000 flee Dr. Congo City over fears volcano could erupt again. Retro milk float brings Londoners zero plastic groceries. High waves wash out Chicago beaches as Lake Michigan reopens. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, May 30th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. UW Huskies knocked out of NCAA softball Super Regional by number 1 Oklahoma. MLB reaches 2 million total runs, Twins don American League Division Series and scores it. Duke headed to first ever ACC final after beating Virginia. Williams scores 31, lifts Dream 290-87 OT win over Liberty. Peralta first CG in majors, Brews top Nats to open twin bill. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Police tow cars, issue citations and proactive sideshow detail. Oakland firefighters contain to alarm blaze at Sunshine Biscuits building. Build up to super blood moon eclipses the finale. The SF Giants catch of the year leaves Gabe Kapler, Buster Posey and even Hunter Pence in awe. Fresh off first win over Dodgers, SF Giants welcome back a starter and a key right-handed bat. CCS Boys Volleyball Playoffs, opening round schedule, matchups. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Devout Catholic Biden runs afoul of Catholic Church again by dropping Hyde Amendment. This Memorial Day, Rare Blue Group asks people to run with specific fallen vet in mind. Facebook whistleblower who exposed vaccine hesitancy crackdown fired. Arizona election audit promises more intrigue than answers. Biden budget betrays promises, too harsh on migrants, civil rights, immigration activists say. Amazon launches self-care booths for stressed out workers. Scott Peterson case, to won't seek new death sentence. West Virginia state trooper shot, suspect found dead after standoff. Judge hears arguments in lawsuits against Trump, bar over Lafayette Square. The next headlines are from The Intercept. A police killing in St. Louis remains shrouded in darkness. Jewish and Palestinian mobs dueled in Israeli towns, but the crackdown came for one side. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. 50 years of progress in women's health. Less is more. New take on machine learning helps us scale up phase transitions. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Shot and Dibber vaccine bill, hair discrimination ban among bills sent to Pritzker for his signature. Gavin MacLeod, Love Boat, Mary Tyler Moore show actor, dies at 90. Robberies reported at Parks and Loop. 3 hurt in wrong-way crash on I-94 near 63rd, all southbound traffic diverted to express lanes. 802 new Illinois COVID-19 cases as infection numbers keep improving. White Sox being cautious with Adam Eaton. For Memorial Day, remembering Cole Helen L. McCormick, who cared for soldiers from World War II to Vietnam War. Missing 68-year-old man may need medication. Shooting reported on I-94, no one injured. White Sox Yerman Mercedes has an unwritten rule, to be himself, always. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. UC Land team helping fundraiser break world record, blog Preston. Football for Friendship achieves new Guinness World Records title for the most visitors at a virtual stadium, PR Newswire. Family to submit 13-pound javelin to Guinness World Records, Con 2. As Olympics approach, Swimming World magazine. China's artificial sun fusion reactor just set a world record, Futurism. The Gould brothers just set a clay target world record, Outdoor Life magazine. 5 uncertain international athlete storylines as Olympic Games approach, Swimming World magazine. Man breaks a second Mohawk world record, Dunia News. Coastal Carolina jumper set sights on Paralympics, world records, Charleston Post-Courier. The IGFA's new world record for a smallmouth-largemouth hybrid, vultures on a mausoleum, a blue jay up high A, Chicago Sun-Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. You'll have to wait until June for Apple's paid podcast subscription service. Robert Palmer Watkins gets recurring role on The Walking Dead, World Beyond. Movie theater chains allowing vaccinated patrons to go maskless. Mark Wahlberg and Antione Fuqua were blindsided by Paramount Plus News. John Krasinski has his notes ready for A Quiet Place 3. A major study on how sperm move has been retracted. Backpedaling, WhatsApp says it won't lobotomize accounts that refuse privacy policy update. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Jarrah in Kuwait at 119.3 degrees Fahrenheit or 48.5 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was University WIID in Dome Fuji at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Amazon devices will soon automatically share your internet with neighbors. Ancient Cemetery tells a tale of constant, low-level warfare. The best Memorial Day sales we can find on laptops, video games, and more tech. Stardew Valley, the board game, a loving production but a mixed review from Grandpa. Trinitite, the radioactive rock buried in New Mexico before the Atari games. Rewilding, 4 tips to let nature thrive. The following headlines are from Raw Story. FBI and NYPD to unite in battle against anti-Semitic crimes in New York City. Belarus hijacked a jet to kidnap a journalist, and Putin is bailing them out economically. Meet the anti-legalization GOP congresswoman spending huge on marijuana stocks. Texas lawmakers to vote on Republican-backed voter suppression bill. Ku Klux Klan and neo-Nazi landmark set to be converted into a memorial honoring civil rights. CNN's Jim Acosta expertly destroys Matt Gaetz and his partner in slime Marjorie Taylor Greene. Experts slam horrible final voting bill in Texas for new, egregious suppression measures. Rigging the electoral system isn't the only GOP path, but they'd rather cheat with Trump. Analysis. Watch, disgusted Marjorie Taylor Greene voter calls her ineffective and vows to never vote for her again. Biden blasts Texas voter suppression as wrong and un-American. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Vaccination rates are going back up thanks to the teens. Republicans are passing laws to keep teachers from talking about race. People are starting to travel again and they're acting like buttholes. The climate crisis is taking a serious toll on our mental health. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Are UFOs for real? Why everyone is talking about them much more seriously now. The print. The following items are today's top search results for the term neural plasticity. Tracking receptor proteins to unveil molecular bases of memory and learning. See Tech Daily. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, May 30th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Evidence destroyed. Read The Secret Pentagon UFO Program and Luis Elizondo. Navy warships swarmed by UFOs. Radar confirms video. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, May 30th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Xeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.